Okay, welcome all of you. I am Durgesh Kumar Pandey. I am taking the class of Political Science of class 11, and your topic is election and representation. Class, in all over the democratic country in the world, uh, they elect their leader, they elect their ruler, and the method by which they elect their representative or they elect their ruler is known as election. In most of the democratic countries where, or you say all the democratic countries are essentially they organize the election to choose their ruler. Okay, इलेक्शन इसलिए ताकि दे एलेक्ट देयर रिप्रेजेंटेटिव, वो अपने रिप्रेजेंटेटिव को चुन सके ना. तो क्लास इलेक्शन इज अ मेथड वेयर द पीपल एलेक्ट देयर लीडर ना. तो डेमोक्रेटिक कंट्रीज में इलेक्शन दिस इज अ नॉर्मल थिंग, बट दुनिया में बहुत सारे ऐसे नॉन डेमोक्रेटिक कंट्री हैं who are showing कि दे आर डेमोक्रेटिक, वो नॉन डेमोक्रेटिक हैं, फिर भी वो दुनिया को दिखाते हैं कि आई एम द डेमोक्रेटिक कंट्रीज, और वह नाम के लिए देयर लुक के लिए अपने को बेटर दिखाने के लिए दे ऑर्गेनाइज द इलेक्शन इन अ सच वे. ऐसे इलेक्शन को ऑर्गेनाइज करते हैं कि दे ऑलवेज विन द इलेक्शन. तो अगर कोई नॉन डेमोक्रेटिक कंट्री है वो इलेक्शन कराता है तो इसका मतलब ये नहीं कि वो डेमोक्रेटिक हो गया. ओके, तो इन मेनी कंट्रीज दे ऑर्गेनाइज द इलेक्शन ओनली फॉर देयर गुडविल, अपना गुडविल बनाने के लिए करते हैं. लेकिन दुनिया में जितने भी डेमोक्रेटिक कंट्रीज हैं वो इलेक्शन जरूर कराते हैं. और ये इलेक्शन जो है, इलेक्शन कैसा होना चाहिए? इलेक्शन शुड बी डेमोक्रेटिक. इलेक्शन हमेशा डेमोक्रेटिक होना चाहिए, डेमोक्रेटिक वे में इलेक्शन को ऑर्गेनाइज करना चाहिए. तो स्टूडेंट्स, इन दिस क्लास वी आर गोइंग अबाउट द इलेक्शन, व्हाट इज द नीड, who are the voters and what are their eligibility, who are the representative and how they choose, and method of elections. Okay, and election reform, these things we are going to discuss in our this class. Okay, now come on the first topic, who are the voters. A person whose age is 18 years is eligible for vote and their name should be in the voter list. कोई भी आदमी जिसकी एज 18 ईयर है वो वोट कर सकता है, उसका नाम वोटर लिस्ट में होना चाहिए. एंड अनदर थिंग कि हु कॉन्टेस्ट द इलेक्शन, चुनाव कौन लड़ सकता है, उसके लिए भी एलिजिबिलिटी है. लाइक अगर आप जो है यू वांट टू फाइट द इलेक्शन फॉर कॉन्टेस्ट द इलेक्शन फॉर द लोकसभा, तो योर एज शुड बी मिनिमम 25 ईयर. आपकी एज 25 ईयर होना चाहिए. इफ़ यू वांट टू कॉन्टेस्ट द इलेक्शन फॉर राज्यसभा, योर एज शुड बी मिनिमम 30 ईयर. ओके, एंड इफ यू वांट टू बिकम प्रेसिडेंट ऑफ इंडिया, तो यू कॉन्टेस्ट द इलेक्शन, योर एज शुड बी मिनिमम 35 ईयर. ठीक है, तो जो कॉन्टेस्ट कैंडिडेट कर रहे हैं किसी पोस्ट के लिए, तो देयर एज इज फिक्स इन आवर इंडियन कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन. और जो वोट डाल रहे हैं कैंडिडेट, उनके लिए भी एज है कि देयर एज मिनिमम 18 ईयर या उसके अबव हो. ठीक है, in the 61st amendment where the Rajiv Gandhi's government was reduced the age of vote from 21 to 18 year in the 61st amendment. Now every person who is 18 year or more than 18 year is eligible for right to vote. Okay, so in all over the democratic countries in all over the world, they organize the election for choosing their ruler. Okay class, there are two types of the election in all over the world. First is the direct democracy, and the second is indirect democracy, or you can say other name representative democracy. There are two types of the democracy, like direct democracy, where the what is direct democracy? Direct democracy is the democracy where the people elect their ruler directly. Okay, in our Gram Sabha, in the meeting of Gram Sabha, people elect their rulers, leaders. So, जो direct democracy है, this was possible where the area is very small and the population is very small. प्रीवियसली जब पहले क्या होता था, द स्टेट्स वेर स्मॉल, राज्य छोटे होते थे, एंड द पॉपुलेशन वाज आल्सो वेरी स्मॉल. तो दैट टाइम इट वाज पॉसिबल कि डायरेक्ट डेमोक्रेसी ऑर्गेनाइज होता था. बट नाउ टुडे द स्टेट्स आर वेरी लार्ज एंड देयर पॉपुलेशन आर आल्सो लार्ज. So they organize the election indirectly, you can say, by the representative democracy. So you have the second method, indirect democracy or representative democracy. Class, what is representative democracy? In representative democracy, the peoples elect their representative. All the country was divided into different constituencies, and from each constituencies people elect their leader, and these elected leader again choose their own leader who become these elected MPs of Lok Sabha. They choose their own leader, which is known as a prime minister, and he now, when the president was inviting, he got the power. Okay, and prime minister elect their ministers. Okay, so in the representative democracy, this is popular in that time. Okay, today representative democracy is very popular in our today's life, because people's first choose their MP, and these MP again elect their leader who was become the prime minister. Okay, so now today's popular form of democracy is representative democracy. Means the ruling was doing by the representative, okay, to the people. लोगों के लिए representative जो है रूल करते हैं. ठीक है. Now today direct democracy is not possible. Class, you were already studied the chapter election in your previous classes, like in the class 9th. What are the class, how the election are organized in our country. Election in our country is conducted by a election commission. Election commission in our country was arranged the election for Lok Sabha, arranged the election for Rajya Sabha, and state assembly, state council. These are the at the national level and the state level. Election was election are arranged by the election commission. Today the election, the post of this commission is a multi-member commission nowadays, and election commissioner organize the election in our country, and he supervise the election all over the country. You know what are the election system in India? First, the candidate is going to for nomination, and after the nomination, when code of conduct was applicable in all over the constituencies, the candidate can doing the campaigning in their area, and they follow the code of conduct. Code of conduct are the norms which are necessary to follow during the campaigning. There is a need to submit the information of their self. Candidates should be submit the information about their qualification, their cases which are pending in the courts. Okay, so these are the some protocols which are necessary follow by the candidate के लिए follow करना ज़रूरी है. और after the date, when the date was announced for the election and the counting, after the end of campaigning, the election was organized, and in today's EVM, electronic voting machine is very popular in current time. Previously our election system was based on the ballot system. Now elections are organized in today's as a EVM system, electronic voting machine. And for reform in the election commission was arranged some measures like for the election of Lok Sabha, and a candidate cannot expend money more than 50 to 70 lakhs. Okay, this was the maximum amount is 70 lakhs for a candidate who will contest the election of Lok Sabha, and a candidate cannot expend more than 70 lakhs. Similarly, a person who is going to fight the election for state assembly, so their expend limit were also decided by the election commission. Person who is going to contest the election for legislative assembly, he can expend not more than 20 to 28 lakhs. Okay, these are the information. Is the candidate who are going to contest the election for Lok Sabha and state assembly, they have a limit to how much he will expend the money in the election. Students, these are the root cause of all corruption. If a person is spending money for the election, for their campaigning, after the winning, a candidate should not be remain honest. अगर कैंडिडेट जो इलेक्शन पे ज़्यादा पैसे खर्च करता है, तो आफ्टर द विनिंग, जीतने के बाद ही वुड बी ऑनेस्ट, वो ईमानदार रहेगा, इसकी पॉसिबिलिटी बहुत ही कम हो जाती है. ओके क्लास, I want to give an information. In 2020 our government was again increased the upper limit of expenditure. Candidate of Lok Sabha can expend 10% more. It means from 70 lakhs plus 7, any 77 lakhs. Now the upper limit is increased nowadays 10%. So now today the upper limit of the expenditure for the Lok Sabha is 77 lakhs rupees. And similarly for state legislative assembly, a candidate who is going to contest the election at the state legislative, so he can expend their upper limit is 30 lakhs rupees, 30.8 lakhs rupees is their upper limit of expenditure. A person cannot expend more than 30.8 lakhs rupees for a legislative election of legislative assembly. Candidate, students, candidate, the person who is going to vote, they have a choice. If a voter cannot like to any representative in the list of the voter list, so a person means on the ballot paper or EVM machine, if you don't like any person, so you have an option of nota. Nota, none of the above. None of the above. This is a new option. If a candidate is not like any representative in the EVM machine, so they have the option to choose nota. Okay? Class, in our country, some election reforms were organized, like use of electoral bonds in the election funding. Means during the campaigning during the election, many political parties got the donation from the different businessmen from different institutions. So our election commission was using electoral bonds. Okay, our election commission was saying use the electoral bond for election related funding. Okay, if any party got the fund from another one, so they take electoral bonds. Okay, they use the electoral bond in election funding. This is a revolutionary reform in our election system. Money is the main reason of corruption in our society. So to control this use of electoral bonds is a very innovative ideas, and our government has adopted this. Okay, class, in our country or all over the country, the method of election are different, and they are different type. I want to explain about one type of election, the first past the post system. This is very popular in our country during the election of Lok Sabha and election of state legislative assembly. This method is used in our country, and this is very popular. In this election, like for Lok Sabha, all the countries are divided into different like 543 constituencies, and one candidates are elected from each constituencies by election, and from each constituencies many parties are contested the election, and a person which are related to their own party who got the majority of votes, means which candidate got the maximum vote in their constituencies, he will become the winner. Means constituencies में जिस कैंडिडेट को ज़्यादा वोट मिला सबसे, he is the winner. तो this is very simple method. तो first past the post system is in our country and it is very popular कि हर constituencies से different political parties fight करेंगी, और जिस political parties का candidate है, if they got the max उस constituency से सबसे ज़्यादा वोट हासिल किया तो he is the winner, और वही वहाँ का MP या MLA बनेगा. ठीक है क्लास. And second method in our country is proportional representation. representation. Class, this is second type. This is second type of election proportional representation. This is a very good system in election. Peoples give their vote to a political party, not any person individually, and the political parties are got the seat according to the vote, how much the percent of vote the political party was got. मीन्स पॉलिटिकल पार्टीज को जितने परसेंट वोट मिलेंगे उनको अपनी सीटें दे दी जाएगी. तो दिस इज़ अ प्रोपोर्शनल रिप्रेजेंटेशन एंड दिस इज़ वेरी पॉपुलर एंड हेल्दी फॉर सोसाइटी. बट दे हैव आल्सो द डीमेरिट इज क्रिएट अनस्टेबिलिटी इन आवर political system. In class 9th you already study a chapter Nazism, the rise of Hitler. You know about the era of Weimar Republic, and in the Germany in those days the proportional representation was very popular, and due to this system the party got the seat according to the percent of vote they got in the election, and that is why no party can able to make the government at the majority, and it's make the political instability. मतलब political instability create करता है. मीन्स किसी को भी 50% से ज़्यादा वोट नहीं मिलेगा तो वो अकेले, उसके पास आधे से ज़्यादा सीटें नहीं होंगी और वो इंस्टेबिलिटी क्रिएट करेगा. तो प्रोपोर्शनल रिप्रेजेंटेशन इज़ वेरी हेल्दी, बट इट क्रिएट इंस्टेबिलिटी. लाइक द एग्जांपल इज जर्मनी में कभी भी गवर्नमेंट स्टेबल नहीं बन पाई बिकॉज दे अडॉप्टेड द प्रोपोर्शनल रिप्रेजेंटेशन. और स्थिर सरकार न होने की वजह से व्यवस्थाएं जन्म लिया जर्मनी में. तो इट इज़ गुड सिस्टम, बट इन प्रैक्टिकली इट इज़ नॉट, it create an instability in the country, and this system, the first past the post system, is not very ideal, but provide the stability, political stability create करता. Now in those days, the Bharatiya Janata Party was got if you are looking the percentage of vote, their vote percent is not more than 50, but they have seat more than 60% ना. जो आज जो वर्तमान है प्रेजेंट में देखोगे तो पॉलिटिकल पार्टीज जैसे भारतीय जनता पार्टी, दे हैव नॉट मोर देन 50% ऑफ वोट, बट उसके पास दे हैव अ सीट मोर देन 60%. सो this first past the post system provide the stability in the country. So our country was choosing the first past the post system. Okay, and in our country India in current time proportional representation are uses as a limited level, like for the election of president, for the election of vice president, or for the election of Rajya Sabha, or for the election of state legislative assembly. We are using this proportional representation, and this is using limited level in our country.